I think maybe this time I've actually got something working. I'm going to record this one more time. Hopefully we've got it recording. I am Joy Francis. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this big beautiful world. I am the AI automation strategist and CFO. I am here today to help you, to guide you in making more money, to turning your business into a cash generating machine that is going to give you the ability to do more and more and more, to take on more clients, to take on more business, to take on more work, and not to end up working more hours. That's the critical piece. You don't want to have to work over and over and over, hour after hour after hour, 10, 12, 14, 18, 20 hours, just to be able to get the work done for the clients. You want to be able to do 8 hours of work, maybe 10 hours of work, just because we're entrepreneurs and we tend to do that little bit of extra work. But I would rather set my business up, and this is what I have worked on, so that I can set the business up so that I can work 20 hours a week and get all the work done without having to have all that piles of extra that I have to do. I want the computer to do that kind of work for me. That's why I created RevTurbo. RevTurbo CRM is a system that is going to allow you to have the computer generate, create, do all the follow-up work, the scheduling work, the mundane time after time things that have to be done, and give you your time back. Whether you want to do more work for more clients, whether you want to be with family and friends, whether you want to just go out and play for the day, you can do whatever you want when you've got that extra time. And that's what this is all about. That's what I do. That's what I'm doing for everybody, is helping them to generate the business that they're wanting to have generated, to get the right business coming in, to make sure that what they have coming in, what they do, is going to be creating the kind of revenues and profits that they're looking for, that you are looking for,
From someone with a 201
and creating
Project
enough
yourself.
information
Elevate self-care with free
to do the things that you would really, really like to be doing. Spend that extra time with your honey, with your significant other, your sweetheart. Spend that time with your children. Children are our future, and children are very important. I grew up in a home where the parents were not there for us. And my sister and I basically grew up raising ourselves, and we didn't have the parents there to help us and love us. They loved us in their own way, the best that they knew how and the best that they could, but it wasn't what I wanted. I grew up with a father that told me everything I did was either wrong or not good enough, and so it was not a good thing. And I have battled that all my life. And I don't want you to put your children into that position. I want you to be able to be there for them, not to do everything for them, but to be there and support them, to be there and support your spouse, to be there and support your significant other, to be there and play with your pets, your animals, whatever it is. I want you to be able to do what you want to do, the way you want to do it, and when you want to do it. I don't want you to be forced into having to work 80 hours a week. 80 hours a week, that's way too much. even during tax season for the CPAs, for those of you CPAs out there, I don't want you having to do that. I want you to be able to have the computer system do a lot of the work for you so that you can get it done, be there checking the work, and not having to do all that grunt and nitty gritty and details and oh my goodness, I got to go through this again. Yeah, well, we can set the computers up to do that for us. And the way that we set the computers up will give us the ability to find the right clients, the right prospects. And one of the ways that I always define the right client, who is my right prospect, it's the one that can pay me, the one that has the money to pay me. If they can't afford to pay me, they're not the right client. They may want me because I can give them a lot of good information, but if they can't pay me, I don't want them. I don't need them. I need someone that can afford to pay me so that I can live the life that I want to live and be able to continue giving back to society and to the rest of the world. And that's what you need to be able to do. And so we have set up the system. Rev Turbo is a CRM, Client Relationship Management Program, and it will help you, it will assist you. I don't like the word help. It will assist you in finding which prospects are going to be the best, which ones are ready to buy, and letting you know what they are looking for and what they are needing. And what they are needing and what they want frequently are two different things. We want one thing. I want that fur coat. A lot of people don't like the fur anymore, but I want that expensive dress or that expensive suit. And do I need that expensive dress or suit? Maybe yes, maybe no. If I don't, then particularly for you CPAs, you need to be there to be able to tell your client, let's look at some other alternatives. What can we do? How can we do it? Let's work with this. We'll get this now and set that up for when we can afford it. And what do we need to put away to be able to afford it? That's the kind of things that I learned to do, and that's the kind of things that I did to get the mortgage company out of bankruptcy back in the 80s. Yeah, back in the 80s. I lived in the 80s. I was alive and working, and I did well then. And that I got a mortgage company out of bankruptcy using their own money. Yeah, that's exactly it. I used their money to get them out of bankruptcy. We used their money to create the revenues, to create the profits, to pay off all the debts. No, they didn't pay off all the debts. Some of them were written off because of the bankruptcy. However, we did pay off the greatest majority of them. And I'll tell you that the company, the mortgage company, was folded and shut down after the bankruptcy reorganization. But during the reorganization, we opened up a savings and loan, and that savings and loan today is still in operation in the Metro Detroit area. So we did well. And were there problems? There's always going to be problems. But that's why finding that right, your definition of right and best prospect, is always going to be critical. You need to know what's going on, how it's working, and how it's going to work for you. Do they have the money, and will they have the money in the future to be able to continue paying you? Because you deserve to be paid way more than what you're probably charging, because most businesses don't charge what they're really worth, what their value is, but they charge a good amount. And when you get a client coming back saying, oh my God, I can't afford that, and that's when too many people will back off and say, oh, okay, I'll cut the price. Guess what? When you're doing well, you can increase your prices, and your good customers are going to say, thank you. It's about time you raised your price. I've been waiting for this. You should have done it a year ago. And that's the best customer. Those are the ones that you want to be able to be working with. Is it going to be everyone? No. But when you raise your prices, you can then weed out the ones that are not quite as good and as appropriate for you and turn them over to someone else. Do what you're wanting, what you need, and what you're looking at. So this is only the third time I've done this today. So I'm going to cut this one a little bit short and say thank you for being here. Make sure that you subscribe. Share this with all your friends that could use it, and anyone, if you know anyone in business, they probably need a lot of this information. So share it with somebody, share it with them, share it with the people that are working with you and for you, so that they can learn what they need to do and how they need to do it, and you can become the best boss. And
My gym.
that's what it's all about. So with that, I'm going to say, if nobody has told you yet today that they love you, let me be the first. I love you because you are you, and that is so very, very special. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for letting me share all this valuable information. Make sure you let me know what questions you have so that we can answer your questions in the upcoming series, and make sure that you are getting value from the words that I speak. Have a wonderful day and an unbelievably great weekend. See you Monday.